Welcome to Wedding Day Podcast with your hosts, Sonja Babich, CEO of Iron Diamond Media, a leading wedding resource featuring 7 localized wedding brands across the country, and Dan Riggs, photography and videography expert and founder of Summit Hill Studios. Come along as they travel from state to state to connect with the most creative and well-respected professionals in the wedding industry. Every episode will arm you with the hottest new trends, wedding day tips and details, and they'll show you all the joys of planning your perfect wedding day.
Hi everybody, this is Sonja Babich with Wedding Day Podcast. I'm here with Alexis Sanabria, publisher of Oregon Wedding Day and Washington Wedding Day.
Hey guys.
And we're here in Seattle at the Olive 8 Hotel. Absolutely wonderful. I'm being so spoiled here. But we are staying with our friends Ernesto and Gabrielle, and they are the owners, well, he is the owner of Visionary Productions. Visionary Productions. And he is going to tell us all about dancing. Your first dance, what to expect. He has been dancing for over 20 years, so has Gabrielle, and he started his company back in 2021. So we are so happy to have you.
Great.
Yeah, so I don't even know where to begin because this is such a fun topic in a sense of a lot of couples, you know, they think about it, but they don't think about it to have lessons for their wedding day. But they should.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
They should.
They should.
I feel like a lot of couples don't think about it until they walk out on the dance floor, and then they're like, oh, what are we supposed to do for this 3-minute, time that we're out here?
Yeah. But I love, of course, we sent a Q&A just to kind of get ready for this time together. But I love that you pointed out it's such a fun way for a couple to just bond before their wedding day.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
100%.
Like a date night, but multiple date nights, right? To prep for this.
Yeah. Okay, how many?
Yeah, like how does this process begin?
I mean, the first thing that we do is always encourage them, like you said, take classes because you never know. When it comes to the wedding, I think in every wedding that we've been to, we danced. Either I've been the guest in my own wedding, whatever. So the first thing that we tell them is, hey, just relax, have a good time. You know, you're going to learn, and it's going to be one of the best experiences you have. And most of the time, it winds up being the best experience they had in the whole process of, getting married.
Yeah, I think we have a lot of couples that are like, oh, all the other things we have to do for planning, we have to make all these decisions, we're, maybe having some discussions of disagreements. But yeah, the dance class is really one where we're kind of telling them how to do things and what to do, and so they can sort of leave all that decision making behind and just enjoy doing this together and having fun.
Do you guys find that couples come to you more when they're like feel insecure about their dancing and they're like, we don't want to go out there unprepared, or do you feel like you have more couples who are like, we love to dance and we want to like make a show?
Probably both.
Both?
50-50.
Oh, yeah. Definitely both.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
But the first one is definitely the most familiar.
Right, the
because,
more common thread.
They don't want to make, a fool of themselves or
They got
whatever.
They don't want to
Two
look
Two
like
left
sixth
feet.
graders.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, yeah. For sure. And that's the biggest thing is that we want to make sure that they're comfortable. We want to make sure that they're out there and they, they can move, right? And try to break it down to walking. If they know how to walk, you'll learn how to dance. Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Exactly.
So the first encounter of them having their first dance lesson, like how does that look? What does that look like?
Yeah, so we offer a free 30-minute session for all like new inquiries so that they can kind of get to know us, see what it's kind of going to be like before committing if it's something that they want to do or not. And so usually during that session, we kind of tell them what it's going to look like. We offer different packages, so like 5 classes is kind of the minimum we recommend. And then we have 8, 12, and 15,
Wow.
depending on how much
their
time they
time.
Yeah,
have.
think about like how many weeks that is leading up to a wedding. That's like average 4 months. Am I doing my math right?
Yeah, 4 months, 6 months. We've gotten a year.
Okay.
That's the most. Like they'll start a year in advance.
Then they are going to be a pro.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The stars.
They get professional number.
Yeah.
Like not messing around. Like,
But yeah,
give me a
I feel like
professional number.
ideally like 3 to 4 months is great. But we've had couples that they're like, we're getting married in 2 weeks. And,
Yeah.
we do what we can.
Yes.
Do you guys do any like whole party? Have you guys done any whole party like choreography, like like the TikTok dances or like a flash mob, like at a wedding? Or
I haven't done that in a long time.
Okay, but you have in the
You
past.
know,
Yeah,
I
mean,
agree.
It had a
That's-
moment.
It had a moment.
in the
Before
20 teens.
COVID. I was going to say it was before COVID.
Yeah, before COVID, in the 20 teens.
Well, anyone listening, bring that back. Those are all really fun videos to see.
My team knows that I really want a flash mob at Best of someday.
Yeah.
So everybody be ready.
There you go.
About
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Oh my
And I,
gosh,
and
all of a
I
sudden,
love it.
we're all in this together. Just kidding.
Exactly.
I mean, I was thinking more about like Jim and Pam's like the office wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember that song, but they're all coming down the aisle like.
And everybody's know Alexis is always the first one on the dance floor. So
I do love to dance.
Now we've had couples that had their choreography done, and then they want to start like the whole momentum of starting the
Of the
party.
party,
So
yeah.
they'll do a choreography of a party starter to where they start to get people up and dance.
oh,
and
I
it's,
got ideas.
you know, and that's like extra work for the couple. So we're
Yeah.
pretty impressed
We
about
also get
how
like
many.
parent bride or parent groom dances.
Yes.
Oh, I mean, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
That is so sweet. And I bet that's just more, maybe dad just needs that one more moment with their
Yeah.
daughter, too.
Or dad's really into dancing. We've gotten that.
Oh, I bet. I got moves.
Dad's like, I want to go out there and I want to show my stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
We've gotten that
fun.
before. Mom, at times. Mom at times, but more so we've gotten dad. But yeah, the flash mob thing, definitely something that should be common and we want to bring back.
Oh my God, let's bring it back hard.
I mean, I just loved all those viral videos from that period of time. You were like, oh, what'd they do this time? Like,
Well, I think that's another reason that a lot of couples that come to us, they're like, if we have this full dance number, the content that they get from
Right.
it, like the photos and the videos, and we try to be really conscious about like different poses that they'll get good pictures that they
Right.
can have.
yeah, it's
The
all
rest
about
of
the
their life.
photos.
Pictures.
Right?
Yes.
Or the
Or the
Poses.
video, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or the reel the next day.
Yeah.
So when they come for their lessons, how long is a lesson? Is it, like you
An
said,
hour long.
An
Yeah.
hour
So
long.
a
No.
typical one will be an hour long. We try to get all the choreography done within the first 3 to 5 classes, depending on how long their song is and how intricate it is.
Do you have to help like coach for the song? Like selecting the song?
Sometimes.
Are you part
Sometimes,
of that?
yeah. Most,
chatter?
I would say most time they have a song that they really like.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have some that are like, we have no idea. Or we're between these two.
And it doesn't matter the speed of the song. That's
Yeah.
the main thing, like, or what type of song, or
Oh yeah,
you
so I was
know.
gonna ask, do you guys do? Is it mostly like like a waltz or like what is the most common dance, or is it more like just a?
Pop music.
Oh,
you
okay.
know.
Really?
Yeah, John Legend. What's one we're doing recently? There's what comes to mind? Yeah, John Legend comes up a lot.
Yeah,
Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars.
Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran's like,
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ed Sheeran's like for the past 10, 15 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Really?
And different songs.
Right, but
Right.
just him.
'Cause he just has
Yeah.
a bunch of songs that are
Mine was an
perfect for
80s
weddings.
song.
We do get those occasionally.
Yeah.
We get some 60s songs. We get some Sinatra,
yeah, the
Frankie
James.
Valli. Yeah, the James. Yeah. We got Etta James. Yeah,
Yeah.
At Last.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Or new versions of a song. It's a timeless song. I love that
Yes.
song so
Mm-hmm.
much. What's been the biggest challenge, I guess, like for a client? It's okay to share because
I'm trying to think. I mean, I feel like it
left
just
feet.
goes well. Like,
Yeah.
I would say a lot of the people we get have never danced before, or maybe one of them took like ballet classes when they were younger,
Yeah.
and their other partner has never
so
danced
you're just
before.
telling like the listener to be like, don't just go for it.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Like you don't need to have
I
experience.
mean, you'll be so amazed with what you can do. I
No.
would say the first class most couples are like, we just want to be able to do something not swaying side to side the whole time.
right.
Yes.
And then we do this whole thing and they're like, wow, I never thought that I would have been able to do what we did.
Yeah.
Did they get hooked on it after that? They like want to come back, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I could
Do you
imagine
offer
that feels really
classes
good.
after?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
cool.
So many even like if they have some classes left over because they did so well, they'll pick a package. And you have 2 classes left over. They'll come back and they'll do like a salsa class or do a tango class or do a just for each other. We have plenty of couples that are like that. you know.
sweet.
But of course, they're doing the honeymoon and all that first.
Yeah.
Well, I know like a lot of, couples, every couple has their own busyness, right? Like 20s, 30s, 40s, they all have their lifestyles. Are you flexible with time, like when to do them? Is it mostly evenings or is it weekends? Are you flexible with timings for those?
Yeah, absolutely. During the week, it's mostly evenings. Like, most people work 9 to 5.
Because they can't take a time off.
Exactly, yeah. And then weekends, we're pretty flexible. So it's just based on their private, schedule, and it matches with ours, and we're pretty flexible.
Do you guys go on wedding day and like hype them up? You're like part of the wedding day.
Haven't done that in a while,
Okay,
but we can do that. That's extra. That's extra. But yeah, we could definitely do that. Yeah, they want that. Like, I think recently at the expo, there was someone that wanted to do like a salsa class at their wedding.
Oh,
And we're
like to teach their guests.
Yeah.
Well, experiences are in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are. Totally.
Exactly, yeah. And she was like, can you do that? I'm like, absolutely, we could do
Yeah.
that. Of
Oh,
course.
fun.
Yeah.
You don't say no to anybody with a wedding dream.
No, absolutely not. And it's
Have in mind,
dancing.
Let's make it happen.
Exactly, absolutely.
But going back to like just timeline and just being busy, you also can do virtual lessons, correct?
We can.
Whoa, what?
We can. But sometimes virtual could be, depending if they're like living in a different city, in a different town, that's probably the best option.
Okay.
So sometimes if doing it class per class virtually could be difficult, we could do like, say, they tell us exactly what they're envisioning. We put it together, we send them that video, kind of like in a Google Drive or
Right.
whatnot. They practice, we check in on them. And, actually in many cases that is cheaper than, say if it's like in San Diego,
Right.
right? Then their local ballroom studio
Right.
that's going to charge them regular price. So,
And you save time.
You
Don't
save
have to
time.
drive in.
Exactly.
Don't have to go out to eat after or before.
Exactly. You're not going to cancel because,
You
you're
can't get there
stuck
on
at
time.
work. Yeah, that happens sometimes.
Oh, you just triggered my mind about something. I'm sure you hear that because, on wedding day you have, like they're practicing, they're not tuned up with little bubbles in them.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
sometimes it's the first dance, they might have too many bubbles.
yeah.
Have you seen
Yeah.
that?
I mean, normally we tell our couples like max like 1 to 2 drinks before your dance.
So you
One
educate
drink.
them.
Yes.
depending on
Point.
your
Especially if you're investing in
Yeah.
this.
Yes.
In your service.
Yes,
Watch your bubbles.
Yeah, I was
Yes.
gonna ask about the planning. Like, are you when you're helping them choreograph a dance? Are you familiar with like how the room layout is going to be, or like, did they tell you like, oh, we have this place to like do an entrance, or is it you guys
Yes.
kind of do the dance and they kind of sort it out when they get there?
No, we usually
Everything.
ask them at the beginning just to kind of make sure, where we're having them enter and stuff is going to work for their layout. Obviously, they might show up day and be like, oh, the DJ's not where we told
thought,
them
yeah.
to be. But I think we do a good job of like preparing them if anything happens.
And I'm sure a planner definitely helps that. Somebody's at the door.
Ready for their dance
For
class.
dance lesson, yeah.
But that for a dance lesson, well, why not? But that's a good point of like a wedding planner is also going to be making sure you're in the right spot for your dance entrance and also for making sure your DJ's ready to go too.
Yeah, all the details to like what shoes you're wearing. Of course, the dress, the bride will have to
Right.
tell us or show us the picture.
Right.
And he can't see, Sometimes the guy, she doesn't care. He
Yeah.
can see. But all those little details make a difference depending on what kind of choreography we give them.
Right.
There's lifts, there's dips, there's,
Yeah.
all types of stuff. So we want to make sure that it's something that they could do in their actual dress. in
Right,
their
on the
outfit.
day of.
Yeah, the
I
day
get
of.
it.
That's
Absolutely.
that's so important to think about your dress too.
Yes.
It is. Or then you already bought your dress and realizing you can't dance in your dress. You might as well have a second look.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I
Go
think
for the party dress.
I love it when they do that because then we're like, okay, we're not restricted by
Right.
this. But
Oh, so what are some challenges that come with like, let's say, a like big ball gown? Like,
I think it's more if there's a train.
Oh,
like so, as
okay.
long even if it's big, but they can bustle a
Bustle it?
little up.
okay.
Then I think it's totally fine. If there's a train, it's little harder to navigate in case they might accidentally step on it or something while dancing. But yeah, the width doesn't matter as much.
It doesn't matter. And also,
and then her feet are hidden, so like if she misses a step, nobody can tell.
exactly. And also not picking up your feet, dragging your feet on the floor.
Yeah,
Pick up your
sliding
feet. Yeah, sliding your feet, because if you pick up your feet too much, you might step on the dress.
Right.
Or toes.
Or toes, right, exactly. So we try to tell them that. And yeah, I mean, there's little tidbits here and there. Every couple's different. So
Every couple is different.
every couple is different.
Do you recommend that they practice in like their wedding day shoes? Do you guys usually like
Oh,
Yeah,
recommend
like
that?
the second to last class, maybe we'll start to have them practice in their
Yeah,
shoes.
because even like the men sometimes they'll have new shoes or like rented shoes maybe.
Okay,
or,
my
like,
planner hat's coming in. You should wear your shoes in your house.
Yeah.
Like pre-wedding. Like wash the dishes in your shoes, do the laundry.
Yeah.
Wear them
Exactly.
in your shoes, break them in. You don't need to go outside.
Right.
But like you need to wear them so then you're not going to get those wedding day blisters.
Yeah.
Or they wear a different outfit just for the dance.
Yeah.
Some do that.
Okay.
Some, mom's like, no.
You're wearing
You're
this.
wearing
I paid plenty of money for that dress.
Exactly.
You're wearing it to the last second.
Exactly. We're like, oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
And then they'll bring like the sheet, like the big comforter with the belt
to practice
to
in
practice.
sometimes.
Yeah. So
Oh, really?
it's just kind of
what it
funny to
feels like.
see.
Like, do you have any of those addition things to like put on bigger skirts or make them like, you know how you see salsa like to practice? with
Yeah,
salsa
no, we
skirt?
don't have any.
We don't.
At our studio.
No,
but
no.
Maybe that's an add-on this year.
Yeah.
They do pretty well bringing stuff though.
Yeah.
They'll bring like the sheet, the belt. They'll bring the shoes.
If they show up at a lesson and they're wearing a certain shoe, you're like, oh no, honey, you can't wear those. Do you ever call that out?
Yeah, so typically during rehearsal, we'll have them practice in socks so that they can practice sliding their feet. I mean, we've had people do it in every kind of heel, but ideally it's one that has a strap that goes over the top versus like a slide-on stiletto, because it's more likely that your foot would pop out of that.
Oh, that's so important to know.
But we've had them do it as
Yeah.
long as they, they come practice in it and if they feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Do you ever get like couples gifted your service? Like somebody's like, oh, you guys need some help.
Parents,
Or is it
parents
usually
will be
the
like, we're gonna
couples?
pay.
Okay.
Yeah. I haven't definitely gotten that. I got one husband after they got married gifted now spouse like 2 extra classes just
For
for
fun.
fun.
Yeah.
They haven't taken them yet, but
Okay.
they paid for them.
Soon.
But yeah, we get stuff like that on occasion.
Okay.
Some couples will come back when we have socials. They'll come back to the social. We'll see them. Say, hey,
What's
how
a
you doing?
social?
Like a dance social. Like we'll have like a salsa social. We'll have like it could be swing. Or it could be whatever dance we're doing. But we occasionally do socials.
You're making this little community.
Yeah.
I love that.
Trying.
Trying. Well, especially if they like enjoyed their experience, they want to keep doing dancing.
Totally.
Like,
For sure.
And you can make new friends and like share that experience with them too.
I actually do little dance parties with my little family in the kitchen because when you dance, you just feel so good.
So true.
Exactly.
It
yeah.
lifts your energy up and just like
Those
be
endorphins
happy.
come out.
Exactly.
And like,
100%.
and when you're doing it, you're like, what are we doing? I remember I was with my cousin Pam. If she's listening, she's gonna get it. And we did total Uptown Funk at Christmas, and I'm like, we were dancing hard. I'm like, and there was a little alcohol, not that much. But I was like, this was so fun. I got in the car and I was single at the time, and I was just like, Mom, Dad, we have to do that.
Yeah.
I'm like, we need to dance more.
Yeah.
It feels so good.
It definitely the endorphins.
Yeah.
Endorphins release. And then a lot of them are like, this is the best experience we've had,
Yeah.
throughout the whole wedding process.
Well, they talk about like, just the counseling leading up to the day, like just marriage classes and all those things. Like you're kind of doing a marriage activity,
Yeah,
pre-marriage activity,
for sure.
and you're having fun while you're doing it.
Yeah.
Or you see some struggles and you're like, okay, we need to talk about how to work through that.
And that's how you'll stay together, right?
That's right.
That's how you'll stay together.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and then we're also going to do a workshop on May 3rd. So it's
tell
going to
us
be a wedding
about that.
workshop. So that one's going to be more for couples who can't really, commit to like long-term classes. So we do a workshop. We go through some steps.
Okay.
They could put it to any kind of music they want. So that way they're not walking blind. into
Yeah.
their wedding.
I feel like it would be more for maybe couples that we have some couples that are like, oh, we don't want a full number, but we don't want to just sway the whole time. Like we want to know how to do a dip or how to do a turn. And so it's just going to be an hour and a half.
I was just going to say, what's the
class.
expectation? Hour and a half.
Yeah, and so it's just one where we're going to teach them a couple turns, some basic steps, maybe a dip or two that they can put however they want to their own song and dance.
I love that idea.
Yeah.
Will it be like a Saturday brunch kind of a vibe, or
No food.
so make
Just
sure
dancing.
Yeah, just
Before
dancing.
you come.
bring some snacks.
I mean, I'll have a coffee. You know, I buy Gabrielle sometimes a matcha.
Sometimes.
You know, well, actually, no. If it's longer,
I've been dancing well.
Yeah. If it's longer than 2 hours, I'll buy Gabrielle, because I'll feel like
she needs
oh.
more of that. She
Yeah.
needs more caffeine. Put that pep in her step.
Yeah, but other than that, it's gonna be more mainly dancing, and then so that way they could, if they're gonna go on the dance floor, we don't want them just to fly blind.
Yeah.
No. And how many couples do you accept?
Up to 10 for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And have you done it before?
This will be our first one.
First one.
Oh,
Yeah.
fun! They're ripping the band.
We've had lots of group classes, but this will be our first wedding specific workshop.
Workshop. Yeah.
Have you done a workshop ever with wedding professionals?
No.
That would be so
Are we
fun.
going to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, why not? Especially wedding planners to experience it and be like, this is what you're going to experience with you guys. You should.
All right, now we got to find a date. We'll secure the
It's
spot.
true though. So many of them have to go to weddings, and they would know what to do out on the dance floor when the music
Definitely,
hits.
yeah.
Yeah, and now I feel like that expectation from us. We got to know our stuff too. We might need a lesson.
Yeah.
I'll dip you, don't worry.
Because I would expect that. Anyways, she knows me too well.
Yeah. I can
Well,
see
I'll
that.
twirl you. Okay. Well, what is one last thing that you would say to tell couples? Why is an investment to come and have lessons with you guys? Like, why is it a thing that you absolutely should do to have on your wedding day?
You want to go first?
Sure. I mean, I think that it's just so much fun. Like, we always connect well with our clients. They always have a blast. We have a blast. I think if you're listening at home, don't be afraid to come in. Even if you've never danced before or you don't think you can do it, we promise you can. And yeah, we all just have a great time. And I think that it helps couples feel more prepared and ready, and it kind of just checks something off that they don't have to think of day of, in the sense of oh no, what am I supposed to do?
Everybody's going to be looking at us.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
I would say great self-esteem boost, and it's something that you keep for a long time.
Long after,
Forever.
yeah.
Long after, yeah. Professional choreography you're getting.
Right.
Right.
So, and even if you don't, if you come to the workshop, technically you are doing something that's choreographed.
Right.
You make you look good on camera, you look good in pictures, and that's something that lasts forever.
I love that you actually said the confidence
Yeah,
about it,
me too.
because it actually gave you that little boost for pre-ceremony even.
Right. Well, and when we were talking earlier about the pictures or the video or whatever, if you're not feeling good, it's going to show all over your face.
Exactly. Yeah.
So for sure, that's got to be a huge factor for people.
Big time, big time.
Big time. Well, thank you two for joining us today.
Thank you so much. This was fun.
Yeah.
It was so fun. We had a special dance lesson arrive, so it was perfect.
Excellent. Yeah. Beautiful.
Well, thanks everybody for tuning into Wedding Day Podcast. We'll see you next time. See you. Bye.